Hello, everyone, and welcome to my second attempt at a live stream. Um, so the Reds beat Bournemouth nil. I'm absolutely speechless, to be honest. I thought that just sort my headgear out. Um, I was really nervous about this match before. I really was. The way that Bournemouth have just been smashing people left, right, and centre. They beat Forest 5-0, and what was it, Newcastle 4-1 before that. Obviously, I know we've been in good form. We had a little quote unquote wobble or whatever, but um, I was just like, right, this is potentially one of our hardest games coming up. Um, and yeah, I mean, by all accounts, I mean, I haven't seen most of the game, obviously, for legal reasons, but obviously, I kept up with it on Five Live, seen the goals on YouTube, and just kept up with the Liverpool echo, basically any way you can do, as we all do. And it just sounded like the Reds were in like not total control because Bournemouth obviously did play quite well. I mean they've hit the post from what I'm given to understand twice. I think they had one cleared off the line. I think they may have had a penalty appeal about something, or I don't know how true to them getting a penalty. But yeah, by all accounts, we just held firm. The Reds were brilliant in defence. We actually kept a clean sheet. Yay, clean sheet. Um, yeah, and it just sounded like a good, solid, professional performance. And I'm not going to be doing this for long. I just wanted to say I'm absolutely delighted because you could make quite a compelling case for that being one of the hardest, if not basically our hardest game of the season left, at least certainly away from home. I mean, obviously, we've got Manchester City and Villa and Everton. Obviously, they have won today, and that's our next league game. What is going on with the headgear? There we go. So you can make a case for that being one of the hardest, if not hardest, fixtures that we've got coming up. But it just sounded like we handled it superbly. Obviously, Mo. Look, if you follow me on socials, you've followed me on here. I basically mainly do comic book stuff and horror and wrestling, which I'll be doing tonight, by the way. So just keep an eye out if you are a wrestling fan and Liverpool fan. But yeah, I've been saying for weeks, months, that this contract thing needs sorting out. And again, this just illustrates why. I mean, I don't know if I got my figures exactly right, but I think Mo's on 21 league goals for the season and about 15 assists, maybe not that many, maybe I don't know, 8 or 9 or whatever it is. And then overall, he must be getting on for 30 goals and maybe 12 assists, something like that. I mean, the guy is just look. I mean, let's have it right. He's the best football player in the world. Not just being biased, he's the best football player in the world at the moment. It's as simple as that. Really. I mean, there's just no one that's anywhere close to his level, at least in the striking roles. And I'm not an FSG out guy, but kind of having my head turned, not completely, but going on the road to being in that direction because we cannot allow this man to leave our football club. We just can't. The man is just an absolute genius. You'd have to top 10 for Liverpool Football Club now. Easy, easy. One of the best players that we've ever had, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that needs resolving as quickly as possible. I mean, I know they're on about his injuries and wear and tear, and he's 32. I personally, and this is why I shouldn't run a football club, to be fair, I would give him a 5-year deal, let alone a 2-year deal. If I was in charge, it's probably a good job that I'm not in charge of a professional football team, to be fair. But I mean, I don't really see what the issue is with giving him 3-year contract if that's the sticking point. I mean, maybe he wants more money, and he could. Let's have it right. He could go to any football team in the world at the moment. He really could, and he would be paid handsomely for it. So I don't want Liverpool being held to ransom by our players, but at the same time, like this man is the best football player in the world at the minute, and there are sometimes you've got to break rage structures and make exception. You accordingly because he's just sensational. It's absolutely sensational. I mean, The penalty obviously was decent no penalty. The second goal, obviously, I've just seen it where he stood at Kirkes. The shot he played. I mean, it's not his best goal by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just superb. I mean, it reminded me a little bit of not exactly the same, obviously, because it was a different type of finish, but just the Lille goal, just the way that he took it, it was just absolutely superb. The guy is sensational. He's absolutely sensational. Yeah, I mean, that's all I wanted to really say. Liverpool. Obviously, I'm going to watch Match of the Day this evening and get a bit of a closer look. It's more what that now means. So, as it stands, we're 9 points clear. 15 games to go. By my appalling maths, I got an F in GCSE, so I might be completely wrong about this, but by my atrocious maths, that should mean that we need 12 wins from 15, more or less mathematically, probably less than that with the goal difference. I don't think Arsenal every single game, and then tomorrow is massive. Basically, this is absolutely massive now. So if Arsenal, who are playing Manchester City, if they drop any points of any kind, I mean, look, I will take a draw right now. I will happily be whooping away and have a glass of wine there if Man City draw. I mean, personally, I actually think Arsenal will win because I think they're just better than City at the minute. But City on the worst run in the world, and they do need points because they cannot afford to not be in the Champions League. A club of that size, they simply can't. So if Arsenal do draw, that's 8 points. If they lose, that's 9 points with the game in hand and the goal difference. That drops it down to what, 11 wins from 15? If you then win the game in hand or take anything against Everton, look, I mean, at the end of the day, look, if we get a draw at Goodison Park, it's not brilliant, but like we got thrashed there last time. Let's have it right. We were absolutely atrocious. And as much as I hate to admit this, Everton were by far just adjust the screen. Everton were miles better than us that night. I mean, it could have been 4 or 5 nil. It was absolutely appalling, to be honest. So, yeah, lost train of thought. Yeah, so if we get anything good from Goodison Park, and if Arsenal lose tomorrow, I mean, you're talking that's 10 points. If we win at Goodison Park, which we'll never do, but if we did, that's 12 points. And then you're in the realms of our next league match after that is basically Wolves at home. And with the greatest respect to Wolves, Liverpool should be. I mean, I can't remember the last time they won at Anfield. I think I was bloody mid-20s or something last time that happened. We should be beating Wolves, and then somewhere along those lines, Arsenal have obviously got the League Cup semi-final. They've also got to play Nottingham Forest, who won 7-0 today, so they could turn into our still biggest challengers after all this. They've got to go to the City ground. Conversely, we still have to go to Villa away, to the Ever away, and Manchester City away before the end of the month, and there's Champions League and a potential League Cup final. But so yeah, it wouldn't be the end. But I mean, if you go in off the top of my head, if you go in 12 points clear, potentially in 2 weeks, I don't think this will happen, but potentially 15 before Arsenal play with what, 13 games to go. I don't want to say it because I just don't want to say that Liverpool will do the thing that I'm not wanting to say. But if they did, then you'd have to say it's looking very likely. But we won't get too far ahead of ourselves. But yeah, I just wanted to get all that off my chest. Yeah, thanks for the people that have dropped in. I'm going to try and do a few more of these now. Any Reds watching, keep an eye out on the channel on Thursday, when hopefully I will be bringing you some actual live goals from actual. I've got tickets for Tottenham versus Liverpool, which hopefully should be coming on Monday. If they won't, Seat Loader will be getting a very angry phone call on Tuesday afternoon. But yeah, no, I should be there on Thursday for the Spurs second leg. Hopefully we win. I'm not going to say I'm not bothered because obviously I have spent quite a bit of money on this, and like I really want to see us win and get to the final. But as much as I love Liverpool in the League Cup range trophy, obviously now with what we've just done, the league has to take priority now above the other three competitions. It just simply has to. We are. I don't want to say it, but we're getting to the stage where this is getting very, very close. It's very, very, very close, and we might just do this. We very well might just do this. But anyway, yeah. So I'll be at Anfield on Thursday night. So hopefully there'll be shorts of all the goals. Obviously not if Spurs score. I might still put that on, but that'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Yeah. So there'll be shorts of day vlog. I'll probably do that even if we don't get through to Wembley, just because, yeah, just reasons. And I'll be doing a travel vlog for it as well. I'm going to be in Liverpool for 2 days, so I'm going to try and go to, for the key people amongst you, I'm going to try and get to Worlds Apart, definitely Forbidden Planet, a couple of the geeky areas of Liverpool, just do some vlogs, general toy hunts, charity shops. We're going to go back to Anfield, me and my assistant for the day. You know you are. We'll probably go back to Anfield the day after the match as well, and just take some good stuff there as well. So yeah, keep an eye on the channel for that. I might even IG it live again. All my Instagram details are on the link in the description, where Geek Boy Meta is. Yeah, young kids, you know what I'm about. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say really. So sorry about the garbling. Hopefully I can release this as like a little video as well. So if you haven't joined me live, then just catch me up on there. I'm still technology basically. If the quality doesn't look as good as my phone, this is a rather shoddy old laptop at the minute. So admittedly, it doesn't look great, but I wanted to do some live stuff as a practice. But I'm going to try to do a lot more of this sort of stuff as well, particularly around Liverpool for practice. I did try and do this for wrestling a week ago, and it's fair to say I need more practice for doing it for that length of time. But yeah, if you're a wrestling fan, by the way, I might go live tonight as well for the Royal Rumble, which I intend on staying up for, and that will be on in another 7 hours. So yeah, lots of coffee and lots of wine needed before then. So yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. The Reds are 9 points clear. It's looking good, isn't it? It really is looking good. Right then, folks, have a happy Saturday, and I'll see you all soon. Up the Reds.